السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. A couple years ago, there was a study that came out by Pew Research or one of these things, and probably a lot of people heard about it. A lot of the imams were talking about it 2 Ramadans ago when we were all in the masajid. They said that 23% of the people, the Muslim people who grew up in Muslim households here in America, were no longer identifying as Muslims. I mean, this is big. This is almost 1 in 4 people, right? Of course, when they're doing this kind of research, they're talking about Muslim identity and then no longer identifying as Muslims, right? So it's not taking into account, did they go to the masjid before? Were they a practicing Muslim before? But it's talking about the people who had that Muslim identity and no longer identify as Muslims. This is huge. This is a very big thing. They also said that there was an equal amount of people entering into Islam, which was a very unique thing. But the point is here that everybody has this responsibility. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O you who believe, save yourselves, you yourself first and foremost, and then your family from the hellfire. So, what does this mean? There's something that I thought about when I heard about this survey, because this is really a big thing, right? The people who are that they're talking about in this survey are people who you go up to them and say, "Are you Muslim?" and they say, "No, they're not Muslim. They've completely left Islam," right? This isn't taking into account the people who have stopped praying, the people who have what we would say lost the Muslim identity, even though if you ask them, they're still going to say Islam. So this is a very big musibah if we also think about those people who have stopped praying, who have stopped acting quote unquote like Muslims. So we all have this duty now to take care of this problem or to do something about this problem. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said in a hadith narrated by Abdullah ibn Umar in Sahih al-Bukhari, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, "Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyati." Every single one of you is responsible for something. Like how a shepherd is responsible for their sheep, for their flock, every single one of you is responsible for something. Whether it's you as the head of the household, the mother or the father, or you as an employee at work, or even you for your own self. You are responsible for something and you're going to be held accountable for that. And yes, there are certain factors that we just have no control over. And this is why Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us the dua, Ya muqallib al-qulub, thabbit qalbi, or thabbit qulubana, if we're making the dua together, thabbit qulubana ala dinik. O you who changes the hearts, make my heart firm upon your deen. But there are a lot of factors, we have to do our own part. We have to look at these factors that are causing this problem and address this. Because a lot of people want to turn a blind eye and just assume, well, I came from such and such country. I named my kid Ahmed or Fatima or whatever it may be, so therefore they're Muslim, guaranteed. And then just ignore the problem. But this is not the solution. So what is the solution? First off, like I said, there's many factors, but one of the most important factors is the company that we keep, right? The community that we surround ourselves with. And this is what made me think about this topic is been in this situation where we've been forced to distance ourselves from the Muslim community. And this is a real problem because some of us, our only connection to Islam is just this time that we go to the masjid. Some people, it's only once a week. And other than that, who's influencing you and your kids? Netflix? So this is a very big issue. We need to be part of the Muslim community. The masjid has a very important role, and we need to be part of that. We need to involve ourselves in the masjid. We need to surround ourselves with the Muslims. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave an example. He said, "مثل الجليس الصالح والجليس السوء كمثل صاحب المسك وكير الحداد." That the example of the good company and the bad company is like that the person who sells the perfume versus the blacksmith, the person who works in the iron and has all this dust and fumes and everything going everywhere. He said, the sahibul misk, that either you will end up buying some perfume from that person, or you'll at least get some pleasant smell just by being around that person. Whereas the blacksmith, if this person doesn't burn your clothes or burn your house down, then at least you're going to end up smelling bad just by being around them. Think about this analogy and what it means to this topic that I mentioned at the very beginning. That the people that we surround ourselves with, this is who is going to rub off on us. If you don't completely change, it's going to come in the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you act. And there's no way you can say that I'm going to imitate this person outwardly, but inwardly, I'm still okay, right? Because there is a connection between our heart, between the inside, and between the outer appearance. As Allah said, ألا إن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. That there's a morsel, a lump of flesh in the body, and if that's pure, then the whole body is pure, and if it's corrupt, then the whole body is corrupt, and indeed it's the heart. So when we purify our heart, it has an effect on our outward appearance and behavior. And if our heart is not pure, that can be seen. And it doesn't mean, of course, that I'm telling everybody to go outside wearing a thobe and this and that. But the point is, there is a connection between the outward actions and appearances and the inward appearance. When you purify your heart, it purifies everything outwardly. Versa, if you are going and doing everything you can to imitate people who have corrupt hearts, that's going to have an effect on your heart as well. So, it's a common thing that we imitate the people that we hang out with, right? See, you or kids or anyone starts to hang out with a certain, this is the way they talk, they start using the same slang as people, like those people, and eventually it means that they're going to have similar beliefs to those people. Of course, we're going to associate with the people around us, and we're going to be nice and happy with our coworkers and classmates and whatnot. But we have connection with the Muslim community, and this only can occur in the masjid. So right now, we can look around and we can see, this place we can have 50 people right now. But look how it is. This is our chance to come to the masjid. Are we eager to have that? Have we missed the masjid? Or were we kind of getting that, being able to sit at home all week? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us this connection to the masjid. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in the second half of the khutbah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد. In Sunan Abu Dawood, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiyallahu anhu, he narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما من ثلاثة في قرية ولا بدو لا تقام فيهم الصلاة إلا قد استحوذ عليهم الشيطان فعليك بالجماعة فإنما يأكل الذئب القاسية. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said that if there's even just 3 people in a village or a town and they don't establish the salah, meaning in jama'ah, they don't congregate to establish the salah just because they're Muslim, then the shaitan has taken over, influenced them, or taken control of them. So then he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, so it is incumbent upon you to stick to the jama'ah, to stick to the congregation, for indeed the wolf eats the stray, meaning eats the stray sheep. So, of course, as we know, we have a concession in this time, meaning that something which is normally obligatory upon us, this praying in the congregation and meeting with the jama'ah, at this point, because of this need and the situation we're in, yes, we have that concession where we're not being held accountable for missing that jama'ah. But as soon as that concession is over, and as soon as we have that option, we need to be back into the masjid. We need to be back with the Muslim community, because this is our protection. This is the way that we keep our hearts firm. This is the way that we influence each other and encourage each other to do good. So, let the people know the masjid is open. We have 2 jama'ahs 50 people per Jumu'ah. So, we can fill up the second Jumu'ah, and if need be, there can be more accommodations, inshallah, in the future. So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us sticking with the Jama'ah of the Muslims, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make our hearts firmly attached to the masjid. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم والله يعلم ما تصنعون أقيموا الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
استووا الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط عليهم عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.